Welcome. Thank you everyone for tuning in to Tiffany Nichole Speaks. Thank you for joining in yet another episode. Today we are talking about love and relationships. And the most important topic that's included in the love and relationships is the 5 love languages that we'll be covering today. So before we get started, I want to go ahead and invite you to please like and comment on Facebook, and feel free to subscribe to Tiffany Nichole Speaks. I really appreciate you all joining a positive tribe. The 5 love languages is an expression of commitment to your mate. It is also the title of a book written in 1992 by a Baptist priest or Baptist minister, Gary Chapman. The book outlines 5 general ways that romantic partners express love. So I invite you that if you have not yet gotten a chance to review that book or read the book, I invite you to do so. Now, so I have my special guest, Alicia, and I have Brandy Lily here with me. So thank you all so much, ladies, for being here.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
No problem. And so the world has been so excited about this whole love and relationships. And so we're excited to bring this topic to you. I want to introduce the 5 love languages. I don't want to keep you any further. Words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, acts of service, and receiving gifts. And so, ladies, before we just kind of dive into this topic, this is really significant to me because I think I can relate to all love languages, perhaps in a different order. But I want to just kind of open the floor and just hear what you guys have to say in regards to, you know, your love languages and what's important to you, especially this Valentine's Day.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started. The 5 love languages. I think that I got a little bit of sprinkle me with all 5 of them. I think I can relate to each and every last one of them, especially if I'm in a relationship. Now, when we start in this conversation, you have to understand that I am a single person. So therefore, I do not have a significant other at this particular time, but that does not mean that I am not. Right. 2024 is the year, honey. That's right. Praise God. So it does not mean that I'm not qualified to speak on these things, because in my life, I am able to understand love in any type of relationship, whether that be with a male or a family member. Okay. So those affirmations, those 5 love languages, they can kind of like straddle the fence with either kind of relationship that you can have with a family member or a mate. Yeah. So I think it can go both ways.
Well, I think I'm more of an affectionate kind of girl. I'm more of a touchy, because honestly, I kissed my mother in the mouth till I was 18, 19. So we were still leaving each other and kissing. So right now I hug and kiss my kid. She's 20. And every morning when she get up, she comes in my room and she kisses and hugs me. Wow. My son, we tell each other we love each other every day. So me and my sister, my family, I am married. So my husband, I wanted him to touch and kiss me all the time, because, you know, money, I wouldn't say that was a love language, because they always say it ain't tricking if you got it, you know. So, so I'm like,
heard that before.
Exactly. So I'm like, hey, money, because just like I spend money on don't mean I love you. So I would say, you know, money, but it is great when you know somebody that loves you. That's then spend their money on you. That's work hard. Right. So it means different. Don't forget that part. So it means different. So I'm kind of more of a affectionate type of girl. Where I talk to my mom, dad, sister, everybody every day. So I would say I'm more of an affectionate type of person.
And I would say for me, honestly, quality time is really important for me.
That's a big one
I think if you're able to stop throughout your day and you're able to make time to see me, or you're able to stop and call me or text me and let me know that you're thinking about me. Yeah. I think the quality time is one of the biggest, because ultimately, even if you're successful in your career, to be able to stop
about it,
you know, and say that, hey, wait a minute, I know that this is important to my partner. Yes. And so let me love her in the way that she needs
to be loved. And affection is a great.
Yeah, because it's not a quality time. Yeah, because it's not loving someone in the way that you want to be loved. It's loving them in the way that they want to be loved. Need to be loved. Exactly. And so quality time is big for me. I would also say words of affirmation. Yeah. You know, that could be as simple as praises or even just appreciation.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you goes a long way. If you're in a relationship, say thank you to people.
That's right.
Your husband, your spouse, your friends, about to do something.
That's absolutely
say
right.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's the little things.
I was just about to say
it's the little things.
Yeah. It is the small things, not so much the big things, because we can all do granular things. There are things that people do all the time that are replayed. Like, we can take you out to dinner. We can buy you expensive gifts. We can do this. But those are the small things, like saying thank you.
Yeah.
You know, just cooking me a dinner when you know. Not even asking me. Cooking me a dinner when you know that I'm tired and I've been at work all day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Washing the clothes when you know that I've been out doing these things, and you can just pick up the clothes and just do some things, just picking up the load when I'm tired.
That's right.
Those things matter most.
Yeah. And so that also goes into Lily, just acts of service.
Yeah, acts of service.
You know, just acts of service. Doing things when, you're not necessarily being asked to do them.
Right.
You're just doing them out of the kindness of your heart, because you know that ultimately this is helping your partner. This is going to, relieve some of the stress from the week that partner has gone through. You're able to kind of help take some of that load off of them.
Absolutely.
And so acts of service. And then also for me, receiving gifts. Now, receiving gifts, a lot of people may feel like, that means you have to buy them expensive.
You already know.
It's not necessarily that.
You already know. You're going to get some backlash.
Yes, it's basically, even if you buy me flowers.
A lot of men will have raised eyebrows at what that actually means.
It just means that you took time to stop and go to the store and bought me flowers.
Buy me flowers, or buy me cards, or buy me a candy. Buy me candy. My favorite candy. Just to say, hey, I'm thinking about you. I know that this is what you like. And so I'm taking time out of my day to make sure that I give this to you, or I send this to you. It doesn't necessarily have to be something that you give hand in hand, but even if you get it delivered to me, that makes me feel good. It makes me feel like you're thinking about me.
That I'm valued.
And that you're valued and you're
thinking about me.
And I think that's what we all need to think about. Ultimately is loving your partner in the way that they need to be loved.
Absolutely.
Because you could be thinking that you're doing so much, but if you're not listening
or tuned in,
and if you're not tuned in to the way that person needs to be, you're not doing it.
And what I feel like, I know with me and my husband, I can speak on when he came into my life. Mm-hmm. When somebody loves you and doing right, it comes naturally. And the question I used to hate, guys ask me all the time, what can I do to make you happy? If I'm telling you how to make me happy, you're just doing it just to get something.
Right.
You're just doing it just to
get something from me.
It's not, but you need to learn me, hear me,
and
then put it in your mouth. Okay, I heard her say this, so I'm gonna go do this. I heard. What do you do? That's as women. That's what we do. We know what a man wants. We go cook. We go whatever they want. We figure it out.
Yeah,
And it has to do with a lot of character too. Like as a woman and as a man, what type of person you are internally. Yeah. Because I remember, even as a single person, if I'm taking someone on a date, it's something that I genuinely want to do.
Period.
Right.
It's not something that's made up.
Right.
It's not a fairy tale.
Right.
It's not a folk tale.
Like I'm taking them to do something afterwards.
Yeah, it's something that I want to do.
Right.
To actually see you happy.
Right. Correct.
So if it's something that I'm doing genuinely, I think that would show up in a topic like this, or any type of relationship it would show up that I'm being genuine, and it would make your relationship grow.
It does.
That's why I said, with the 5 love languages, I'm a little bit of all of it.
We all are.
Because the words of affirmation, you need them. That quality time is like 100% hands down. This what physical touch. We all need physical touch. I don't know why people think that, well, for me, and I'm not going to say this works for everybody, I'm not a long distance relationship person.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
If I could do that, it would have to be somewhere where we would have to have some type of physical contact.
Like for me, Lily, my long distance that you speak on there, when me and my husband started dating,
we were long distance.
But
absolutely.
And every weekend, guess what?
We made provisions.
Like quality time.
That's right.
That's right. I was in Shreveport, or he was in
prioritized.
Shreveport, or I was in Houston. And we did that for 6 months straight.
Yeah.
We did not miss one weekend.
That's right. You prioritize that time, and then that's what's important is not to, mask yourself and say, hey, I'm not going, this is making me softer. Or this is making me, look weak, or this is making me vulnerable. This is doing what you need to do within the best interest of the relationship. And so loving a person and vice versa, loving a person in the way that they need to be loved is the biggest thing the biggest reward that you can do and that you can have in a relationship. And not only that, as we talked about words of affirmation, we talked about quality time, we talked about physical touch, acts of service, and we talked about receiving gifts. Again, these things are just small. These are just what's on the surface. This is not as though I'm asking you for anything big or anything major. These are just small little tidbits that we can do, and the small little deposits that we can put into our relationship on a daily basis. And this is just what it is. It doesn't have anything to do, with being the weaker vessel or anything like that. It's doing what's in the best interest. And I think if you look at it like that, if you love the person, because we're talking about love and relationships, if you love the person and you love the relationship that you're in, then you're willing to make those sacrifices, and you're willing to kind of stretch yourself wide and say, okay, I need to kind of take some time out of my day for this person. I need to kind of figure out, okay, what gifts this person. She said she liked these type of flowers. I need to send her these type of flowers just to let her know that I'm thinking of her. It's just the simple things. And so I want to move on. The 5 love languages is an expression of commitment. And so that commitment word is very strong to me, because that can be a pro or that could be a con.
So tell me about it. Why can it be a pro or a con?
And that well, let me go with the con first.
Okay, go with the con first. Okay, let's see.
I'm not saying a con for me.
Okay.
But I know when men hear the word commitment,
absolutely,
they automatically shrivel up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it's not that. Commitment is basically saying, hey, I'm committed to you. I'm committed to this relationship and what it takes. It doesn't mean that life stops. It doesn't mean that you have to give up your normal day-to-day. But it does mean that I am dating you, commitment. I am committed.
Only you.
I am dating you and only you. And I am willing to take the necessary steps to date you. If we're talking about dating, if we're talking about marriage, then definitely you guys, that becomes a different situation.
I don't think commitment. I think commitment, when you say you're committed to someone, I don't think you can't be committed to 2 people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think, even though, like, I know you ladies are dating, right?
Yeah.
And so once you talk about committed, we're committed to getting to know one another. We're committed to seeing. I don't feel as if you can be committed to me and date another chick,
right?
Because you can't be committed, because you can't. Your thoughts are not on me.
Yeah, that's not commitment.
It's not commitment. So commitment means
that's
I'm committed to you for now.
Yeah.
And it might not work,
right?
But in order for me to get this tunnel vision right here,
right?
Me and my husband say we gonna stay on the yellow brick road. If anything, if you get off the path, your bricks gonna get messed up.
Well, see, a lot of this has to do with a lot of us as a people, and I don't want to get too deep, not really knowing how to love.
Right.
It's a lot of broken relationships with that. A lot of disconnect with our families and our culture and our society. And then not really knowing how to develop those relationships where we know how to commit. Because a lot of us don't even know how to commit. We don't even know, not necessarily in a relationship. Not even that, but not even knowing how to commit to your job.
Yeah.
You don't even know how to commit to your family.
You
can't even be on time. So how can you commit to me when you can't commit to the smaller things that need for yourself? So first off, I think that people need to you have to have self-value.
Yeah.
If you don't have any self-value, you can't even have any value for me.
Right.
So I think that people need to go back to the basic. You gotta have love for yourself, and that's where a lot of
you gotta self-love. And you gotta be secure.
Self-love.
Yeah. You gotta be secure. If you're insecure, I know me being the dominant female. Yeah. And we're all the dominant females.
Yeah.
We're dominant females. And in order for a man to be with us, he has to be dominant. He has to be has to know who he is as a person.
Absolutely. Right.
And like my husband, I come in, I'm dumping, but guess what? My husband not brings me down. Like, hey, I don't need you to do this. I don't need you to say. And it ain't what he says, it's how he says. It's masked out. Because you don't got to curse me out to let me know. Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Be quiet.
That's right.
Because sometimes as women, we do talk too much.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't know when to shut up and when to fall.
Yeah. That's right.
Because at the end of the day, if you know how to use what God gave us to use, you know how to get your man and shut him up. Right?
Yeah, that's
you
right.
get what you want.
That's right.
You know, and I just feel like, you know, commitment, love, it's all kind of.
It goes together.
All goes together.
Like a hand in a glove.
Like a hand in the glove.
That's right.
Like
Come on now, Lily. Come on now.
But you gotta know what size to wear when you putting on these gloves. I mean, you gotta know exactly what you gotta learn your mate. And I think what has happened in this millennium, what we're doing, people have forgotten how to date.
They waste of time.
People don't court. They don't even
know
court.
Ooh, you said a big one.
They don't know. They don't know who they dating. First of all, you don't even know who you dating.
And then when you find out who you're dating, one thing about I can say, you waste of time. Women, when a man show you who they are, listen. When a man tell you who he is, listen. You're not gonna change your man's mind.
Absolutely.
You're not gonna screw him better to make him leave the next girl.
Because guess what?
He ain't leaving this woman for you.
Guess what? Because the same thing I got, the same thing
you got,
the same thing she got.
That's right.
Run.
That's right.
Let's run.
That's right. And
Let's
you know,
run.
and also
mine may be a little better. No, I'm just saying.
whole lot better. But listen. So, same thing, just to piggyback off of what you guys said.
Yeah.
You know, I've witnessed situations where, and I watch these videos all the time, like on social media, where the man is talking, the woman is responding. A lot of times, I think what we're looking for is for a man to love you in the way that you're loving him. And what I mean by that is, just because, I'm gonna give you an example.
Okay.
Just because a man could be coming in and he could be him, whatever him includes, negative, this, that, whatever, feeling this type of way, rebellious, not doing this, not doing that, whatever. If you chose to be in a loving relationship with this person, sometimes God has placed, and this is just me speaking, sometimes God has placed on your heart to love in spite of.
Yeah.
Don't give what you're getting. A lot of times I think that's easy for women to do, is just because this person is loving me this way, I'm going to give it back. If this is what you're dedicated to, because let's just be honest, even you in a marriage, every day it's not going to, y'all not going to match energy every single day. One day you might have 60, he might have 40. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to know that even in those committed relationships, that every day, it ain't going to be 100. Y'all ain't going to be coming to the table with 100% every single day. So you have to understand that when you don't see your partner there, they might not even say that they're there. But if you recognize your partner is not there, then you understand, okay, I gotta feel that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta feel that emptiness. So I gotta, whatever percentage it is that we're missing, that day I might have to go ahead and bite the bullet, and I might have to go ahead and give a little bit of a quality time, a physical touch, or words of affirmation.
It's sort of like Betty Wright say, while I was learning my man, I was earning my man. Because see, sometimes what we don't understand, we gotta learn one another. Because a lot of times we give up too much. We give up too fast.
Yeah.
Because you gotta, when I meet Lily, me and Lily, we kind of bump heads maybe once in our whole relationship. We've been friends for 5 years.
Yeah.
But we learned each other. I know her strong point.
Yeah.
She is. But she know my strong point. I know her. I know how to push her button. She know that's our relationship. Right. I might know you. I might know what I can do to Tiffany. What drives you. Right. And when you learn somebody, you know that you
learn that.
You have to learn them. I'm earning your friendship, but I also got to learn who you are.
Exactly.
And so we start learning each other. Stop. Why is Tiffany this way? Why are you this way? Well, maybe this happened to her.
Right.
Maybe she feel this way. So now I got to backtrack and say, you know what, Tiffany, baby, I'm sorry. I hurt your feelings. I know you've been through this.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, I know I did, so I'm sorry. I pushed your button. Ain't no sorry. Nothing's wrong with saying
sorry. That's right.
See,
you said a big
the magical word is expectation.
You know,
the crazy part is that people expect people to be a certain way, and you should not do that. Actually, that's a sin. You shouldn't even do that.
They should never close mouth. Don't get fed.
Don't expect anybody to be like you, do the same things you do, act like you want them to act, because they're not. You are you, they're them. They grew up with a whole set of rules and cultures in their whole life that they grew up with. You grew up with a whole set of rules and regulations in your house. It doesn't match
Chicago.
That's
so
working.
We already know.
2 different households, 2 different cultures, 2 different sets of rules, 2 different parents, 2 different morals, 2 different ways of seeing life. There is no way that I can expect anybody to do the same thing that I do.
Come on now. Yeah.
And when I get out of that box, then I can see people for who they are and love them where they at instead of where I want them to be.
There you go.
That's right.
So when you learn that love about love, when my husband asked me to marry him, I went and I looked at the definition of love.
Absolutely.
Right? Because I had been married before, right? And I was like, God, this man asked me to marry him, but everything was right. So I looked at the definition of a love is. And love is kind. Love is not jealous. Love is not envious. All the things that love do. If you do everything out of love.
Yes.
He'll take
that part.
He definitely will take care of that.
Because God knows, when I realized God love, and every day I put God in my life with love, everything opens.
Everything falls into place.
Everything falls in place. Whether it be your job, your career, if you're doing everything out of love.
That's right.
Love,
that's how you move.
That's how you move in love. If you,
so, ladies, I want to go ahead and move us into respect versus love, which is our hot topic. This just really opened it up. This was perfect. This just opened it up.
I know, segue.
Respect versus love.
Oh, okay.
You know, I want to ask you, what is your perspective? What is your feelings on respect versus love? Would you prefer to be respected, or would you prefer to be loved? And I want you to open up with what you say you heard or saw on
Raising
Canaan.
Well, the other day I was looking at Raising Canaan. It was funny because we had already spoke about this, and I was like, oh. And the question was, would you rather be respected, or feared? And I was like, oh. And I was like, okay, I'd rather be respected because I don't want to be feared. The only person I want to fear is God. You know, because He's the only one that can do anything to me. And then when it came, then we would talk about respect and love. I said, wow, would I want to be respected?
Yeah.
Or love? And I would say that's kind of hard because my husband once told me the reason why I love you, but the reason why I don't cheat on you is because I respect you.
He said,
Because once you respect somebody, I'm gonna handle you differently.
If you're not gonna do the same, you wouldn't do what you would.
But I love you. But sometimes I have people that love me that fault me.
Yeah,
I've been loved that's been cheated on. I've been loved that didn't cheat right. So sometimes they say the people that love you the most, the people that do what to you, they hurt you. But the people that respect you, I can respect you and love you. So I would say, sort of respect.
Oh yeah.
Because if you respect me, I feel like that love gonna come.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm gonna do everything to you out of love.
Yeah.
And I agree. I can agree with that. I think respect breeds love. I mean, because if you don't have any respect for me, you'll walk all over me.
Right.
And what we will not have.
Because you walk on down.
What we will not have.
Yeah.
Is you wiping your feet on me and telling me that you love me. Because that does not work.
Exactly.
It's like giving me something.
Come on now.
Okay, and telling me it's ice cream. And it ain't.
It ain't that.
Right. So we want to know what y'all think. So y'all comment below and let us know, would you rather be respected or loved and why?
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah.
So Tiffany, what would you do?
So
yes.
So honestly, my honest opinion is I prefer to be respected.
Okay.
Respect for me just goes a long way. That says what you think about me.
Mm-hmm.
That says how you treat me. Mm-hmm. That says even when I'm not around, you still you still are going to do right by me.
Absolutely.
You can love me all day long. But what we know is that even in the midst of divorce, even in the midst of relationships, there's been love all throughout. That doesn't mean anything. Love doesn't hold any weight.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
There are still things that are happening in the midst of love.
Yeah.
So what I prefer is for you to respect me, because that says that this is what I think of Tiffany. This is this is the placeholder. This is where I have Tiffany. I have her on
placeholder.
Placeholder. This is the pedestal that I have her on. This is how I view her. This is how I consider her.
Right.
You know, that she is of value to me.
Right.
Anything that you have respect for, you value.
I appreciate
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so ultimately, I will say as well, and again, just as Brandy said, you know, feel free to comment below, because we really want to know
what you thinking.
What you thinking? What y'all thinking? Respect the love.
That's right. That's right. And so, ladies, I appreciate you on that. You know, just moving on. I know we have held the audience for quite some time. I just want to go ahead and open up. I want to open up the doors. I want to open up the doors like as if it's the church. I want to open up the doors and just, you know, which love language are you? You know, you could be one love language,
that too,
or you can be 5 of them. You know,
can you tell them with a 5 again? So
the 5 love languages are words of affirmation, 1 quality time, 2 physical touch, 3 acts of service, 4 and receiving gifts.
5.
So feel free to, you know, let us know where you are, where you stand in regards to, you know, your love language. It could be 1 or it could be 5. I'm also going to attach this clip for you guys. It's going to be the 5 love languages quiz that you are welcome to take. And any resources will be attached to the link below. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.